Number 16. A wire with a length of 106 inches is cut into two parts. Okay, so I've got this length of wire, and the full thing is 106 inches. Okay, got that. One part has a length of X inches, and the other part has a length of Y inches. Okay, so I'm just going to make a little line here. I don't know what the proportion is yet. I know this is not the correct proportion I have, but I'm going to call this X and this is Y. This is just a visual representation to help me kind of get my head around the word problem. All right, so one part has a length of X inches, the other part has a length of Y. Okay, the value of X is 6 more than 4 times the value of Y. What is the value of X? So that sentence there, the value of X is 6 more than 4 times the value of Y. They are setting up an equation. They're telling you what the equation is. So the value of X is, when you have an equation set up that's in word form, the is where you put the equal. X is 6 more than. If something is 6 more than, you're going to be adding 6. 11 is 6 more than 5. Or 6 plus 5, or 5 plus 6, depending on how you choose to look at that. 11 is 5 more than 6. 6 plus 5, 5 plus 6. You look at it either way. All right, so it's 6 more than something, so it's going to be adding 6. What is it 6 more than? It's 6 more than 4 times the value of Y. 4 times Y. All right, so we read it all together and we look at our equation to make sure that we have done it correctly. The value of X is 6 more than 4 times the value of Y. There we go. So now I need to solve for this. How do I solve for this? I've got an X and a Y. I have 2 variables. If I have 2 variables, I cannot solve for either of those variables using only one equation. You need the same number of equations as you have variables. You've got 2 variables, you need 2 equations. What's my other equation? My other equation comes from this, that I know X and Y together are 106. So X plus Y equals 106. Now I have 2 equations. Now I can figure this out. This one, you can choose to do it. I would recommend either graphing or substitution. I think those are the 2 best ways to do it. If you're fast at substitution, it's probably going to take about the same amount of time as graphing it. Sometimes I will say substitution or elimination is very clearly faster if you've practiced a lot and you can recognize it. In this case, 1/2 dozen of the other. I think it's about the same. I'm going to show you how to do it by substitution. If you wish to do it by graphing, you put those 2 lines into your graphing calculator. And I'm not drawing this to scale, I'm just showing you 2 lines. You're just going to look for where they intersect. And that's going to be your coordinate. It's going to have an X and a Y value. You're going to look for the X value, and that's going to be your answer. So that's how you do it with graphing. The graphing doesn't help you in setting up the 2 equations, but it does help you, get the answer. All right, if you do this by substitution, since X is equal to 4Y plus 6, you go to your second equation, and wherever there's an X, you replace it with 4Y plus 6. Okay? 4Y plus 6. Okay, I'm going to combine like terms. 4y and y is 5y. 5y plus 6 equals 106. Then to solve for y, I need to undo what's been done. Adding 6 here, I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. And that gives me 5y is equal to 100. Then it's 5 times y. So to undo that, I need to divide both sides by 5. And I get that y is equal to 20. Now, I'm really shocked, honestly, that they didn't put 20 as an option up here. That would have been a really good trap for students, frankly. Usually they do. They'll do things like that when they're asking for the value of x. they'll put what the value of y is in there to catch you off guard. So y is 20, and the trap wouldn't work because you'd look up here and go, hey, there's no trap, there's no 20. So you would not have that chance of going, oh, there's 20, and then moving on and getting it wrong. Again, they're usually sneaky and tricky and things like that, and they didn't do it here. Instead, we have to figure out what x is. Well, to do that, we take that 20 and we put it back into our first equation here. X is equal to 4 times y plus 20. So what is 4 times y plus 6, excuse me. 4 times y plus 6. So 4 times y, my y is 20, plus 6. 4 times 20 is 80. 80 plus 6 is 86, and that is D. D is my answer. This part of just figuring out what y is, I think is probably, for a fast student, about the same as typing it in and graphing. But then because you have that additional step of putting the 20 back in, graphing might be a little bit faster. But if you want to do it by substitution, as always, I ain't going to stop you. Do what you like. Hey guys, it's Alyssa, and if you're looking for more SAT or PSAT help, go to mathwithalyssa.com. There you can get over 25 hours of test prep. This is for both math and reading and writing, both sections. They also come with practice questions, downloadable study guides, and more. Links to everything are in the description down below. Leave me a comment if you have any questions about this video or any suggestions for future videos. I'm all ears. And if this video was helpful or useful in any way, please let the algorithm know about it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later. Bye. And I think I slapped my leg because that's something you do. Why did I slap my leg? Why am I slapping my leg as I'm talking? Who knows? I don't know.